Hi, and welcome to this episode of What the House TV. We're talking to Melissa Bailey, realtor extraordinaire, and Bree from Rock Title. We want to talk about current market conditions, and we're in a balanced market.
Can you believe it?
What does that mean, though?
Balanced market means that it's not one-sided. So not the buyer or the seller has an advantage. You're on level playing field and there's an equilibrium to the transaction.
You know what that sounds like to me?
What?
Negotiation.
Yes.
Negotiation. Salesmanship and negotiation.
One of our favorite things. You know, I love to negotiate a deal. It is my favorite part of the transaction.
Yeah.
And that is back in full force like we're in a regular market.
So, but when you're representing a seller, though, how do you convince them after, the last 2 years or 3 years that we just went through, really, and they kind of had the upper hand? How do you convince the seller that they need to be a little more open to negotiation?
Based on the offers you're getting. So if your house is sitting on the market and sellers aren't paying that price for it, that means it's overpriced.
Plus data, right? You got to look at the data and see what the market is saying overall. So, that's a huge part of your job, and when you're talking to clients, both buyers and sellers. Because are there buyers thinking that it's a buyer's market and they can get whatever they want?
They are, and they are coming in at rock bottom prices thinking
Rock bottom.
Rock Title. Yeah. And that's not the case. You cannot get a house for $50,000 or $100,000 less than the list price. Now, the highest I've been able to negotiate off in recent for a buyer is $40,000. And some sellers are a little bit tougher and have had contracts that have had no concessions, but they've given us a $15,000 price reduction.
So that's a really good point, because as the lender, I'm talking to the borrowers consistently throughout the process. And a lot of times they'll say to me, do you think this is a good deal? And while I always defer back to the real estate agent, I do feel compelled to counsel them and say, that's a really good deal, and no, you can't go back and ask for concessions after just negotiating $20,000, $30,000 off asking price. It's kind of one or the other. It's give or take.
Sometimes you can get both, but that's got to be a seller that's really motivated.
Yeah, and maybe it's not a huge chunk on one side and a huge chunk on the other, but a little on both sides, right?
A little bit of
and
equilibrium.
Yeah,
we're
balanced. And that's it.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure to watch What the House TV and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.